and realize that, you know, it humbles you. And I think coming through that, I was able to use all of that acting. And that's really what saved me.
In Durham County debuts, you've got 6 episodes done. It's very well received. I think I loved it when I watched it. And it just announced you're going to be picked up for a 2nd season now?
It looks good. Everything looks good. You know, Adrian called me today and said, "So you're in for the 2nd season?" Of course. It's so, you know, some of the stuff I've been playing and some of the stuff I have gone out for is very much freeze, and that's it, and one-dimensional. And this, you know, reflects everything. I mean, my wife in this series has cancer. There's just, you know, I've got a daughter who's Lawrence LaBeouf, who's a powerhouse actress. Just so much connection that it's, and it's dark. And it's dark, and it's violent, and it will change the face of Canadian television.
Well, it is, and you know,
I'm not done.
Oh, you're done, Hugh.
Well, oh man, right back to great.
HBO show, you know, Showtime in America have been making these kinds of shows, and they've been working. This feels like the first Canadian show that's going down that road, where you can be dark and huge.
It does, and it should have been done a long time ago. Like you know, I've watched. Let me put it this way: with Canadian music, I watched just how horrific it was, and the music scene, and you know, the stuff that was on Much Music and the radio, and I was enraged because it was so bad and so it just misrepresented what was happening out there. And so when I got into it, it was very much from the heart, and that propelled some of the anger and resentment, and also in Toronto at the time it was very cliquey. So you had to be tough and mean-spirited to kind of move in, because otherwise you're not going to play at Lee's with the country band and the reggae band and all the friends of friends, because they don't like you.
Right.
You know, and so I found with television so much of it is complacent and pointless, and it doesn't reflect anybody's life or any point of view, really. It's just safe, and it just goes on, and that to me just makes me, you know, ill-tempered.
So you can
and it's not even me, it's these women. It's this back alley production. It's Adrian and Janice who had the guts, and the women at the networks. You know, this isn't a bunch of guys trying to figure out, this is
this ain't the music business, where it's all dudes.
And this is a bunch of women who are really, really smart and telling fascinating stories, and you know, and then using us to tell these stories about how sometimes it goes right back to what you were asking me before, how guys can't communicate, and they keep this image up, which is lethal. You know, so many people will, you know, end tragically because they can't figure out how to communicate or how to really be honest, you know, and that's what I think is interesting about this whole dynamic of the show and the performances. You
know, for people who, if they hadn't seen you act before, they said, that's the guy from the band as an actor.
It's like a goat looking at lightning.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. What? That's the guy in the headstone?
That's right. What's he doing?
Oh, it's crazy.
But Hardcore Logo was, for a lot of people, they saw you act, but bang, that guy can act. I had in my hands, it was sent to me, the script for Hardcore Logo 2.
Yeah.
The sequel. Sid Vicious, Jim Morrison, Joe Dick, and it says, many have died, only one has come back.
Yeah.
Bruce McDonald and you are working on a sequel to Hardcore Logo?
Yeah. It's hysterical. It's funny. Julian Richings, like Bruce is you know, he's helped me out. The other thing I've really learned from all this stuff, Bruce gave me, and Callum Rennie gave me that boost as an actor.
Well, Callum helped you in L.A., didn't he, too?
Callum gave me his car. You know, most actors are, and I shouldn't say that, I shouldn't generalize, but a few are you know, when you're successful, a little piece of them dies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the law of negative returns.
Yeah. Callum Rennie, and
Callum plays Billy Talent in Hardcore Logo.
And I refuse to call him Callum Keith Rennie.
That's right.
And when he saw that I had this opportunity, I had gotten to Sundance with this film Down to the Bone. I've worked with Vera Farmiga. Vera helped me with management and representation in L.A. She's in The Departed. Just really genuine actors who helped me, forced me to listen, too. And Callum said, you've got everything. You've got your papers. And I said, I don't have wheels, and I'm maxing my credit cards, but this is a risk. I got to go. I'll never have this opportunity again. I'm 40. You know, my life, this is it. Just even for the experience. And he said, okay, I've got a card. Come to Vancouver, I'll give you my car. And nobody does that. And it was a Crown Vic, a black Crown Vic.
Good car.
So talk about looking like a cop. Police.
You know, I think that there is a significance to the fact that you got the cop role, and that guys like you don't get the cop role.
Yeah.
You know, and that you would go and read for the bad guy.
I would. You know, the funny thing is I find in my life I have a lot in common with criminals and cops, and I mean, with the headstones, cops and bikers love the headstones, you know? And there is a certain no BS quality with both those elements, you know? And I think the kind of rock and roller I was sat right in the middle. Because, I don't know, I dig it.
Works well with others. Got another Hugh Dillon Redemption Choir band.
Yeah. I was going to make fun of that.
Yeah, but you're not. You're still making records.
I love, you know, I'm really honestly just so grateful that these people, Paul Langlois, I played hockey with. He's from the hip. Yeah. I played hockey with when we were 8 years old, and he's come around. He's such a genuine guy. Rob Baker plays slide guitar on one of these tracks, and Paul, you know, said, you write great songs. These are fantastic songs. Just come to Kingston, come to the Bathhouse, bring the band, I'll record them and put them out. And to be able, after, you know, when you don't have a record label anymore, and to be able to still, I paint, I write songs, and to have people say, we're going to help you. Are you looking at the time?
No, yeah, he told me. Yeah, we're pretty much out of time.
Yeah. I've just been lucky, and thank you for helping me out too.
No, hey, you kidding me, man? It's talented. It's good to see you.
Cool, you too.
Hold on, Hugh Dillon, everybody. You got to check out his show. It's called Durham County. It's on the Movie Network and Movie Central. You got to watch it. It's awesome. Still more to come on the program. We'll be right back.